Come for the game, stay for the commentary.
Ain't nothing but a seat then, baby.
Minion in! There's a conspiracy, you guys. Have you heard this? Have you heard that before Bless Unleashed, there was an MMO called Bless Online?
Stop it. Get some help.
Seriously, guys, some of you think you've uncovered some massive cash grab conspiracy, and you're acting like you're anonymous, but really you sound like you're guest hosting on Ancient Aliens. And I'm sorry if I'm coming across a little cynical or harsh. It's getting so old. Since Bless Unleashed came out on Xbox in April 2020, we've been getting these weird Justice Warriors with this sad beef that we're all supposed to care about, but nobody does. Every time some new person shows up yelling cash grab or dead game, we collectively roll our eyes and go, oh god, it's another one. Are we supposed to be all, oh my god, really? Thank you so much for the warning, I'll uninstall right now. Boy, that sure was a close one, because we're not. None of us are. You're like the 700th person to come in acting like you're going to tell us something we've never heard before. I call this the herpes of Bless Unleashed. Just when you think it's gone and you can continue to enjoy the game, one of these little guys pops up and demands you put cream on him or something. For context, let me give you guys some background. Bless Online was an MMO for PC, developed and published by NeoWiz. It was out for just over a year, from 2018 to 2019. Full disclosure, I didn't play Bless Online. At the time, I didn't even know it existed. I was too immersed in Star Wars The Old Republic. But from the literally hundreds of opinions I've heard expressed about Bless Online, it wasn't much to write home about. The general consensus is that Bless Online was an unfinished game that took a lot of people's money and then closed its servers shortly after. There are scores of angry people out there spouting on about how Bless Online took their money and gave them nothing in return. Rightfully so? Sort of? I mean, I wasn't there, but my take is this. If you're paying a lot of money into a free game, even more than you would pay for a game with an actual price tag, that's kind of on you. That's reckless spending. Your parents should have taught you better. Let's put a pin in that. First and foremost, and really this is what this is all about, right? And hear me out before you go, I don't like this, I don't agree, I'll only watch 30 seconds and then go drop a deuce in the comment section. Bless Unleashed is not Bless Online. It's not a reboot, it's not a sequel, it's not a console adaptation, it's not an expansion. It's not the same game. If you think it is, it's because you either don't know or blatantly ignored the facts. A video game is made up of three essential and equal parts: story, mechanics, and visuals, so writing, coding, and graphic assets. Bless Unleashed has all original design and coding. It was made with a different engine by completely different devs. Let me repeat that. None of the devs who worked on Bless Online were a part of making Bless Unleashed. At this stage, you have two completely separate and unique games. Here's where it gets tricky. Because Bless Unleashed is owned by the same parent company that owned Bless Online, they had a lot of old graphic assets lying around, all dressed up and nowhere to go. They decided to not let all those assets go to waste, and they gave them to the new project. This is why Bless Unleashed looks so much like Bless Online. Same graphic assets, same models, textures, animations. It's like taking the fondant layer from a marble cake and wrapping it around a cheesecake. At first glance, it's the same cake, but when you bite into it, you realize it's a new and completely different thing. All you're seeing is the frosting. The iconic mask worn by Michael Myers in the Halloween movies was originally a prop mask of William Shatner's face. Saying that Bless Online is the same as Bless Unleashed is literally like saying Halloween is a remake of Star Trek. It's a good thing the makers of that franchise didn't name it Halloween Trek, right? That would have unnecessarily confused people even more. Looking at you, NeoWiz. Let's try this another way. I've been a game dev for almost 20 years, so let me try to explain this to you in non-technical terms. Let's say NeoWiz built a house, right? They rented out apartments to people for a while, but in the end the bottom line wasn't so good and they had to scrap the project. Everyone was evicted and they took a wrecking ball to the place. Bless Online is just a hole in the ground filled with a lot of bricks. So NeoWiz got Bamco in as an outside investor and hired an all-new construction crew, Round 8 Studios. Round 8 had nothing to do with the first house. They just got here. they're a whole new crew. They have their own tools, their own blueprints, and their own way of doing things. They didn't even look at how the old house had been built. What they did to save time and resources was salvage a bunch of bricks out of the hole in the ground that used to be the old house. So even though the design and structure of the new house is unique, to the outside it might look a bit like the new house is a remake of the old one. Same bricks, same basic colors. And it might explain why some of the people who used to live in the old house are standing across the street from it, and instead of moving on and getting on with their lives, consider it their mission to stand across the street shouting crazy conspiracy theories at people in the new house. Not like intelligent or reasonable people do, like crazy people do. Crazy homeless people. Am I making this clear? You guys are acting like unhinged hobos. Just some guy who smells like feces muttering to himself about how the Illuminati ruined his life and built the new house just to spite him. Those are the Bless Online is the same as Bless Unleashed people. It's crazy sidewalk conspiracy hobos. With that cleared up, I do want to take a minute to talk about why so many are upset with Bless Online. They invested in a game that was then taken down and they feel robbed. I get their point, sort of. I put money into DC Universe Online for PC, and now that I'm playing on console, not having all of those DLCs I paid for is a constant thorn in my side. But you know what? I poured money into an online game. I chose to pay for something that offered no guarantee on lasting return. Entirely my fault. When you make a virtual purchase, you're not buying something real. You're not investing in real estate or buying a car. You're not buying an object or a thing at all. What you're buying is the license to use something that doesn't exist. Why for even a minute would you think that this is something that you will have forever? When whatever product you bought that license for no longer exists, you don't get to use it anymore, and nobody owes you anything. Bandai Namco sure as hell doesn't owe you money that you paid NeoWiz. Even NeoWiz doesn't owe you that money. You paid for a service, then you got that service, and then that service ended. When you purchase digital goods for use in combination with an existing online product, you get shown a disclaimer to let you know the risks. You're not buying something that will be yours forever. You won't be passing it on to your kids, you won't die and take it with you. You're buying something that you'll be able to use only as long as the platform you bought it for exists. With Bless Online gone, so are your digital purchases related to it. If Bless Unleashed ever goes away, all those mounts and cosmetics will also no longer be yours.
No, God!
You agreed to this possibility when you gave them your money. Nobody owes you anything. Stop being a little bitch about it and take responsibility for your choices. NeoWiz made a mistake calling this game Bless Unleashed. It confuses impressionable people. Just like making a role-less class system game without a designated tank or healer role, but including 2 starting classes that look and act exactly like tanks and healers was asking way too much. But that's a subject for a whole other video. 5 pure DPS classes would have made their message about role-less classes so much more clear. Rogue and Summoner instead of Priest and Crusader. Come on. But mistakes have been made, and now we move forward with them, right? Don't be freaking whiners. Be freaking heroes. Minion out.